Okay, here we are. Happy Easter, everybody. And those of you celebrating Easter, those of you celebrating Passover, I know it's a very special time of the year for you. So we're going to celebrate that as well. I'm going to share that in a story in the meditation part. So, what are we here to do? For those of you very first time, there is going to be a three-part series here. This first part is there's going to be some chanting, followed by some breath work, and there will be a meditation towards the last part. And the meditation is the longest, it's the most powerful, but then there is a preparatory. So there's the first two parts help to prepare the body, the breath, and the brain to be able to go into a deep meditation. So this has been tried and tested. Like I said, I've done over 300 sessions with you all since the beginning of the pandemic. So this is 6 years and something, 300 something sessions. And I've been getting your feedback, and we have crafted this thing very carefully, very intentionally, so that it'll be the best hour of your week, the hour of power, as we call it. And this is a place where you're going to sow the seed of intentionality and what you want to manifest in your life, in your week, in the coming month, in the spring, and going into the year. And I know some of you may be in the other side of the world, so the southern hemisphere is you're going into the fall season. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and start the session today. It's going to start, like I said, with some chanting. And before we do that, I want you to go ahead and find that comfortable posture, whatever that means for you, whether you're seated on the chair, cross-legged on the floor, or even lying down. I want you to find an alignment between your head, your neck, and your spine. So the back is straight, the spine is straight. Taking in some deep, comfortable breaths into the belly. Breathing in deep into the abdomen, using your diaphragm to allow that space to expand. And letting it all through the mouth. In through the nostrils. And out through the mouth. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And exhaling it all out through the mouth. Breathing deep like this into the belly automatically triggers the autonomic nervous system, which is your rest and rejuvenate part of your nervous system, sending a signal to the entire body that it's your time to relax. So now this next inhalation, I want you to breathe down into the base of your spine. This is referred to as the Muladhara chakra. This is where your sit bones are. This is the seat of safety, also referred to as the Kundalini. Breathe into this area, allow it to expand, giving it what it needs. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of Lam. La. Now, breathing into your sacral chakra, a couple of finger spaces below your navel. This is the seat of satisfaction, also referred to as Swadhisthana. Breathe into it, give it what it needs, allow it to expand. And as you exhale, I want you to release it to the sound of Vam. Now, breathing into the Manipura chakra, just below where the rib cage ends and the soft tissue begins. This is your seat of confidence. Breathing into this area, giving it what it needs, allowing it to expand. And as you exhale, release it to the sound of Ram. Ra. breathing into the heart center, the Anahata chakra, the seat of the love that you are. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of yum. Now, breathing into the throat center. This is the Anahata chakra. Breathing into this area, allowing it to expand. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of hum. Now, breathing into the region of the third eye, below the brain, between your ears, and behind the eyes. This is the Ajna, the region of the third eye. Breathe in this area, giving it what it needs. And as you exhale, releasing with the sound of sham. Now to the very tippy top of the head. This is the Sahasrara, the crown chakra. This is the portal to the divine, giving it what it needs, allowing it to expand. And as you exhale, let's release it with the primordial sound of the universe. Om. Now dropping the practice and just noticing for yourself how this simple 5-minute exercise has made a difference to you. Now, as we segue into the second phase of Sunday Morning Joy with Jay, we're going to go into a practice referred to as Bandha Pranayama. Bandha means to lock. The pranayama is the art of cultivating life energy. So in this practice, we're going to do a 3 stages breathing exercise. The first is going to be 30 rounds of bow breathing, in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, in with relaxation, out with stress. I do the counting, you just follow along. After the 30 rounds of bow breathing, I'm going to ask you to exhale with empty lungs, hold. First for 30 seconds, second round for 60, final round for 90 seconds. You can do it, believe in yourself. If you simply cannot, that's okay, let go. But if you can, you will see the proof, it's in the pudding. You will feel completely different, you'll feel completely rejuvenated. Every cell in your body will come alive. Now, to cap out each round, we will go ahead and inhale, and with a full set of lungs, we're going to hold for just 15 seconds. So these 3 consecutively growing lengths of time for the exhaling and holding, that constitutes the Bandha Pranayama. Together, let's go ahead and start with bow breathing, in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. Go with the flow. Ten more rounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. 30 seconds, you can totally do this. I want you to drop into the rhythm of your heartbeat. Can you feel your blood pulsating throughout your body? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 15 seconds, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. 60 seconds. Believe in yourself, you can do this. Ask yourself, what am I extremely grateful for in my life right now? We all have so many blessings to be grateful for. Can I make a list of at least 5 things? And then ask yourself, who am I grateful for in my life? Almost there, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 15 seconds, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let go. The full cycle of breath in and out as we prepare for the third and the final round of this Bandha Pranayama practice. Again, let's begin with 30 rounds of bow breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. 90 seconds. Believe in yourself, you can do this. Notice the sensations in the soles of your feet. Now getting to the heel, the shins, the calf muscles. Feel the sensations in your knees right now. The thighs, the buttocks, the largest muscle mass in your body. To the back, up the spine, to the shoulders. Now from the chest, from the abdomen, from the front of your chest, up to the neck, to the back of the neck, to the back of the head. Feel the sensations at the top of your head. Now in your entire face. We're almost there, folks. Now feel the sensations in the entire body as one unit. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 15 seconds, final stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let go. The full cycle of breath in and out as we reintegrate with normal breathing. And as you do so, I want you to notice what this practice has done for you. Notice the slower pace of thoughts in your mind, the ease of your breath, and the lightness you may be feeling in your entire body. This is the power of pranayama. The art of cultivating life energy. Now with the body relaxed, the mind slowed down, the breath deep, we're ready to dive into the deep end of the pool with this very special meditation today on the theme of when work falls away, either because of a job loss, what happens to purpose and trust? So I welcome you to this special meditation on this special occasion. So thank you for showing up for yourselves exactly as you are, with whatever it is that you're carrying today. Welcome to my soul tribe. If you chose to join us today, perhaps there is something in your professional life that has recently shifted. Maybe there was a title that was taken away. Maybe a role that you poured yourself into all these years suddenly came to an end. Maybe you're sitting in the strange silence of a morning that used to begin with a commute, and now it begins with this question that you're not sure how to answer. Whatever the case may be, whatever brought you here, you belong here, dear one. So if you haven't already done so, I invite you to gently let your eyelids drift close, settle in. You don't need to be anything right now. I'm going to begin with a story. Thousands of years ago, in ancient Egypt, there was a man named Moses. And Moses held one of the highest profile titles in the ancient world. He was a powerful prince of Egypt. Raised in the palace of the Pharaoh, educated by the finest minds, clothed in gold and all the fineries, he had authority. He had influence. He had a future most people couldn't even dream of. And in one moment, he lost it all. After killing a man in a moment of rage, Moses was forced to flee. He ran from the palace, from the title, from the life that he had known. He didn't have a plan. He had nothing. No position, no wealth, no status, no idea of what would come next. And where did he end up? This prince of Egypt ended up in the desert tending sheep. A prince suddenly became a shepherd. The man who once walked the halls of the most powerful empire on earth was now standing in dust and silence, watching animals graze. For 40 years, not 40 days, not 40 weeks, 40 years in the wilderness with no title, no prestige, no indication his life would have ever been anything more than what he had become. The world looked at Moses and said, "What a fall! He had everything, and today he's nobody." But here's what the world did not see. The desert was not a punishment. The desert was a preparation. Because it's only here, in this emptiness, in the silence, in the stripping away of every identity the world had given him, that Moses encountered the burning bush. A fire that burnt but did not consume. And from that fire came a voice. The voice did not tell him to go back to who he was. The voice instead said that now you're ready for who you are about to become. Now here's the irony that I want you to hear deeply. The thing that Moses is most known for in all of human history, that is of liberating an entire people, parting the seas, carrying down the tablet from the mountain. What if the same is true for you? What if that which fell away was never the real thing? What if this desert that you find yourself now in is not where your life falls apart, but where that burning bush appears? I want you to join me in this journeying inward, dear one. Within that quiet, notice there is something aware of the quiet. That's something that was here before any job title was given to you. Something that will be here long after every role you've ever played is forgotten. That awareness is what you are. I'd like you to imagine you're standing in a room. On the shelves are all the labels the world has given you: your job, your role, the business cards, that LinkedIn headline. Now imagine a warm wind moves through the room, and one by one those labels lift off the shelves. They float, they dissolve. They return to the nothing they always were. And as each one lifts away, I want you to notice what remains. You're still here, without the title, without the role, without the story. You are still here. What is it that remains? Don't name it. I just want you to feel it. The flower does not become beautiful when someone calls it beautiful. It simply is what it is. And in being what it is, it gives its fragrance to the world without any effort, without a strategy, without a performance review. Now, gently bring your attention to any fear living in your body right now. Perhaps a fear about the future, fear about money, fear about what others will think. Don't push it away. Just see it. Because that fear is not your enemy. That fear is the child inside you who was taught that survival depends upon the approval of the world. And you can hold that child now. You can say to that part of yourself, I see you. I understand why you're afraid. But we are held by something much bigger than a paycheck. We always have been. There is a design to this life. The bee needs the flower, and the flower needs the bee. Nothing in this existence survives alone. You were placed here in this exact body, in this exact time, with these exact gifts because something in this world needs what you are. Not what you do, what you are. And what you are does not get laid off. What you are does not get restructured. What you are does not expire when a contract ends. Now, what if this transition is not something happening to you, but something happening for you? Not in some shallow, toxic, positive way. The pain is real. The uncertainty is real. And we honor that. But what if, like Moses, the desert is not the end of your story? What if it's your real story finally beginning? This chapter is called The Opening. An opening in your schedule. An opening in your identity. An opening in the story you were telling about who you have to be. And in that opening, grace can finally walk in. I'm going to speak some affirmations, and these are not things you need to force yourself to believe. These are things that are already true. And you are simply giving them a voice. So as I speak each of them, I want you to silently repeat it in your heart. My worth was never given to me by the world. It was placed in me by the divine. And what God, the Great Spirit, has placed in me, no company, no economy, no circumstance can take away. I trust the design of my life. Even when the path disappears beneath my feet, the ground is forming with every step I take. I'm not lost. I am being led. I'm not here to survive. I'm here to overflow. And as I give with what is genuine in me to the world, life will meet me. Life never abandons what serves life. Life never abandons what serves life. Now, for the next few moments, let there be no effort, simply rest. Rest in the awareness that you've always been. Letting go of any plans. The soul just wants you to show up with sincerity today. Rest in this not knowing. Let the not knowing be a cradle, not a crisis. You are not behind. You are not broken. And you are not your resume. Your real work is the love and the presence and the aliveness you bring to whatever you do. Moses spent 40 years in the desert with no indication that anything was coming. And then, one ordinary day, a bush caught fire and everything changed. You don't need to know what's coming. You just need to stay present so that you can see when it arrives. As we bring this practice to a close, I want to leave you with one question. Not something that you have to answer right now, but I want you to carry this with you. If no one would ever know what you do, if no title would ever be given, if no paycheck would ever come from it, what would you still do? Simply because your heart cannot help but do it. That is the thread, dear one. Pull on it. I want you to please bring your palms together in prayer position at your heart center. Let's seal this practice by rubbing our palms briskly. The palms are an energy vortex, and when you rub your palms, you feel a welling up of a warm ball of energy between your palms. And I want you to take that warm ball and cup your eyes, one with each palm, and bless yourself. I am fortunate. I am blessed. I am very lucky. I'm guided by love. I attract amazing people into my life. I attract wealth. I attract great ideas. I attract amazing opportunities. I give everywhere I go, even if it's only a smile. My abundance overflows to those around me. I love my life. I am the M in magic. I'm unstoppable. I welcome wealth into my life at the intersection of light and matter. I welcome wealth into my life as life-giving life and life-sustaining life. I welcome wealth into my life as a manifestation of truth, goodness, and beauty in this world. I want you to please bring your palms back together in prayer position at your heart center. And gently tuck your chin towards the heart space in a posture of gratitude. I thank you for joining me in this practice today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And just at your own time, at your own pace, when you're ready, I invite you to go ahead and drop your palms and ever so gently open your eyes. And as you do so, I want you to notice for yourself what this practice has done for you. And I invite you to go ahead and summarize what this practice has done for you in one word. And if you had to summarize that one word, what would it be? I invite you to go ahead and share that one word in the chat. Lots of peace in the house here today. Faith, restful, grateful, peaceful, lighter, renewed, and hope. Fantastic. Fantastic. Go ahead and take a pat on your back. You showed up for yourself. You made yourself number one on your priority list, and clearly you have reaped the reward for it. Folks, I invite you to make this a daily practice, not something you do just when Jay comes on every other weekend. This is something that I've been doing for 20-something years, and this is something that has become a very, very integral part of my well-being. There's plenty of recordings that I have here, something for you to access anytime, day or night. I have over 300 sessions here on Insight Timer. I have hundreds of sessions on YouTube for you to go back to video or audio practice. This session, by the way, has also been recorded, so it will be available to you after this. If you're in my Soul Tribe on my WhatsApp group, you will get a link to it. Otherwise, you can just Google my channel, Meditate with Jay, and you will be able to access this for you to go back to or share this with people that could benefit from it because of that transition that they've had in their life recently or sometime in the past. I appreciate all of those people making those donations without me asking. And now I want to open it up for any questions, anything that you want to bring up, anything that you want me to clarify. I just want to go ahead and mention that I am hosting now it's become a quarterly thing, the Heartful Dinner Conversation. It used to be every month for the last 5 years, but now I've just got so much going on that I'm making it once a quarter. It's here in the Bay Area, in San Francisco Bay Area. So if you live anywhere in Northern California, on the 13th of April, which is a Monday from tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, I'm going to be hosting the Heartful Dinner Conversation. It's from 6 to 8:30. Some of you have attended it, some of you have really enjoyed it. Every single one in the last 5 years has been sold out. So that tradition is something that I deeply appreciate, and I'm grateful for those of you who have been coming and attending and making this a very vibrant in-person gathering versus the online gatherings that I've been hosting here on Inside Timer and on YouTube. So that again, link is on my WhatsApp group, the Soul Tribe group. So you're welcome to go ahead and I have 2 spots left for this next Monday, or the 13th of April. So thank you. How would that be hosting a thing in August? Yes, indeed, BD. As you ask, I'm trying to finalize it. Some of you may remember. I know some of you came to in 2021. I did a heartful dinner, a Zen dinner party in a beautiful vineyard in Marin County. So those hosts have completely renovated their house. They spent millions of dollars and making it even more beautiful. That house is already gorgeous with a vineyard in the back and the beautiful sunset, if you may remember. So they have asked me to come back in the summer and do one again. Because of their housewarming. I guess they've already moved in, but we're going to do a spiritual housewarming at their place. And that date, I'm just working with them and trying to finalize it. It'll either be July or August. I'm trying to figure this out because my mother will be here visiting from India. She's coming back here after many, many years, 6 years, 7 years, I can't remember. Mom, yeah, I know you're online, so you can go ahead and type in after how many years you're coming back to the US. And so on that occasion, so them remodeling that beautiful vineyard house of theirs, mom being in town, other people, I think summer is a beautiful time to be doing this. So keep an eye on my WhatsApp group. I will be announcing it there. I think I'll also, I for sure will also announce it on my Instagram. So go ahead and tune in. All of these links, by the way, are on the Inside Timer on my profile. If you click on my profile, you'll find links to all of these things. Yeah, almost 9 years. Wow. Mom says she's coming back after 9 years. So we're going to make it really special. So it's going to be an evening of meditation, dancing, of course, delicious food, lots of conversations, and kindred spirits. So most importantly, it's the community. So and this place is just stunning, folks. And we're going to do this at sunset. So it'll be simply sublime. Okay, so keep an eye for that. Anything else? So let's see. Let me go back to the comments here. And there is a question from Alberto. Alberto says, I'm unemployed right now, but working on my portfolio so I can apply to positions within the next couple of months. So I received this beautiful session with gratitude, love, and a wonderful sign. Indeed, Alberto. Perhaps this is meant exactly for you. So this is a topic I've never covered. I've done hundreds of different themes, and I just felt like we're living at this very interesting inflection point in human history. And I'm sure you've all heard of it. We are living in this AI. This is called what I call the post-AI world. I don't know if anybody else is talking about this in that context. We are a very interesting generation. We are a generation that knows the world before and after the internet. The only generation, all of history, that knows life before and after the internet. And we're having another one of this revolutionary moments in history, human history, where a computer intelligence is going to surpass human intelligence, right? And then what will be the relevance of humanity, us humans in this world, in this place where something can think faster, better, and more cleanly than our fickle mind? So there is going to be a very interesting place, and we can have another conversation about it, and we'll be talking more in some of my in-person, as some of you know that you heard that I am the president of the AI Leaders Club in this most powerful place on earth, Silicon Valley. And these are the kind of conversations we talk about there. But let's do this in another session where it's more appropriate. But going back to Alberto's point, this is a time where if you're not already impacted, you will be. And you will have to dig deep into the question that I served at the end of my meditation, which is, what is your relevance after all of that noise and the titles and all of that has been swept away? Who are you and what can you do? What do you do that you cannot help yourself from doing it? That is your purpose. That is an indication. That is the pointer the compass is trying to tell you, which is your true north. So, folks, with that said, we are at the top of the hour. How exciting to have your mom here again, indeed. Yes, I'm excited. I'm taking her on a cruise to Alaska with all of my niece and nephew and the family. So that's super exciting as well, a little tidbit into my life in the summer. And like I said, I'm going to be available on my WhatsApp group, the Soul Tribe. I showed you where to go find me on it. It's on my profile on Inside Dharma. And that's a place where we can have this conversation ongoing. I don't know how to say it. Eloise, how do you start Trust Life Again? Go back to my channel, please. I have talked extensively about the subject. Seems like you're new to my channel. Go listen to my recordings, and that's where it begins. Let's keep the conversation. I'm here. I will be back here every other week. So in a couple of weeks, I will be back here to do another topic. Again, all of that is published, and we shall see you here soon. So until then, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all stay strong. Remember to shine your light. And until I see you again, be well.